episode.
Cocktail. I'm terrified.
Cheers.
Okay, these are the first time we're tasting this.
Yeah, I have no.
Oh, welcome to In-Laws in Crime.
Yeah, sorry. Introductions
we're
before
horrible.
cocktails. I'm Ashley.
And I'm Megan.
And you're listening to In-Laws in Crime, our spooky episode.
Yes. And in the background, we have Sally the skeleton. If you're watching on YouTube, we have a skeleton sitting in the back. Well, if you're listening, you can't see her, but she's podcast ready with her headphones on. So
she's got her headphones on. Yeah, she's listening.
And Ashley made us these really cool spooky cocktails. They have dry ice in them, and if you
they're about to disappear.
Yeah. Okay, but we're about to try them for the first time.
Okay,
I'm terrified.
I've never made these before. Okay,
here we go.
Here, cheers. Wait, cheers. Spooky episode.
Yeah, here we go. Happy Halloween. Mm-hmm. Holy hell. Well,
sorry about the camera.
Sorry.
Oh, that was really sweet.
That was. Well, I mean, here we go.
It was a spooky cocktail. We were winging it.
Spooky cocktail. Does this have a name? Does this spooky cocktail have it?
It's called Witch's Brew.
Well, it tastes like it.
Yeah.
And we got new microphones and sound equipment. So everybody, I'm just glad our few, 2 listeners have stuck with us this long through what was a horrible audio.
Yeah, Megan figured out because of the microphones that we were using, we were actually canceling each other out when we were both talking at the same time, which is why
fun.
Yeah, which is why like one of us sounded like we all of a sudden left the room.
Yeah, I wanted to rip my head out, our hair out. But anyways,
so here we are, we're learning.
Yes. Well, welcome. This is our Halloween episode, and we decided to do 2 little stories each on little spooky locations around East Texas.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. But I think that's about it. It's been a busy week, to say the least.
Yeah, we're here again on a weekday.
Yeah, you took a little trip.
And you took a little trip.
We both took little trips. You took a trip to...
I was in Florida. I went to go see my older sister, and we went to a big 3-day music festival there called Bootleggers, and it was a lot of fun. We saw Luke Combs and Ella Langley, and it was a lot of fun.
I love Ella Langley.
Yeah,
and I love Luke Combs too.
Yeah, it was good. We had a lot of fun.
Nice.
So, yeah,
nice. Well, we were originally going to go to the Renaissance Festival in Todd Mission, Texas, and we got rained out.
Oh, is that what happened? You got rained out.
We ended up going to the Houston Aquarium, which was nice. So that was fun. But then we just skedaddled back home. So
honestly, I love a good aquarium.
They're
like literally my favorite zoo.
I know.
Aquarium.
I know. And it's air conditioned.
Yeah,
which is so nice.
Yes.
Texas. So yes, but that was fun. But anywho,
okay,
we're about to kick off our little spooky tales, and I think I'm going to go first.
Okay,
so here we go.
I'm excited.
So my first one is on Goshen Cemetery. And if you are from that area, you know. Real quick, my references are cemeteriesoftexas.com and ghosttowns.com.
Oh,
are my references. So just a little backstory, and then I'll tell my own personal experience.
I would love that. I have a personal experience too, so I'm excited.
Oh, okay. So the community of Goshen was established after the Civil War, named for the biblical land of milk and honey.
Oh my God. Sally decided I about shit myself.
Oh, Sally.
Hold on. We're going to have to edit that out.
No.
Poor Sally.
Keep it. Oh, we'll keep this in.
Sorry, Sally.
Her headphones too. That's okay.
Okay.
Hopefully she doesn't fall. Oh, she's going to fall on that candle.
Easy, Sally.
Easy, Sally. Okay, guys. If she falls again.
All right.
Okay, sorry, everybody.
Ooh.
Sally fell and knocked her headphones off. Get those though. Okay, anyways, where were we? So Goshen, it was named for the biblical, Goshen is the biblical word meaning land of milk and honey. The town of Goshen served the rural farms and communities as a marketing center. It was also a rest stop. I cannot talk. Sorry, guys. Rest stop for trail drivers herding cattle on the Chisholm Trail from East Texas. Goshen existed through the latter part of the 19th century when the railroad was built through this area. Merchants moved their businesses to nearby Eustis, which is where I went to school. Fun. A settlement on the new railroad line. Goshen Cemetery remains as the last physical reminder of the once thriving trading center. According to local legend, the cemetery was founded when a nomadic cowboy became sick and died while working on a nearby ranch. A large grave and stone fenced mark the burial place of the cowboy today. Although many graves are unmarked, the first documented burial is that of Benjamin G. Hooker in 1869.
Wow.
Yeah. Among the more than 550 marked graves are burials for several infants and children. Pioneer settlers and their descendants and veterans of America's various wars. The cemetery is managed by Goshen Cemetery Association. So, and then it goes on. Goshen was on Trim Creek, 8 miles northeast of Eustis in northwestern Henderson County. A post office opened there in 1871, and by 1885, the settlement had a population of around 150 and 2 churches and a school district, 3 general stores, 4 steam grist mills and a cotton gin, a hotel and a saloon.
We gotta have this.
Gotta have
gotta have the saloon. What else are you gonna do?
No, yeah. What else? During the early 1890s, however, the town began to decline, and by 1896, the reported population was only 24.
Oh,
yeah.
Ooh.
So okay, family living there.
All right.
The post office closed in 1905, and by the mid-1930s, only a church, a school, and a few houses remained at the site. After World War II, most of the remaining residents left the area, and by early 1990s, Goshen was abandoned. So,
okay,
there's that. So now we're going to get into a little bit of the spooky ooky.
So real quick, is it a ghost town still? Like it's just the cemetery? Like
it's just a cemetery now.
Okay.
Yeah. It's just a cemetery. You literally drive down a back road and you run into the cemetery.
Okay.
So a little bit of the lore. The witch lore at the Goshen Cemetery is a legend, with some sources suggesting it stems from the story of 3 women allegedly hanged as witches there, while others point to rumors about a specific witch's grave, which I have seen, associated with the woman who died as a slave in the 19th century. The legend contributes to the cemetery's vandalism, as some people leave offerings or cause damage to the supposed witch's grave.
Oh.
Why?
I don't know.
Even when I was younger and we were going out there being idiots, never.
You didn't spray paint anything.
Heck no.
Yeah.
Leave that at that cemetery. No. So visitors have left various objects such as beer cans,
jerks,
beer cans and figurines at the grave, while the headstone itself shows sign of damage, including chips and gashes. A Facebook post from paranormal investigators in 2022, pretty recently, described the location as active, with reports of shadows, cold spots, and an unsettling wailing sound coming from the back of the cemetery. And I'm laughing because I've experienced that wailing sound.
Oh, you did?
Yes. I have a really, really fun story here in a second. Unsettling wailing sound coming from the back of the cemetery. There was also a specific tree there called the witch's tree. And if you park under it, your car wouldn't start. And that was something we all were told when we were younger as well. So that is Goshen Cemetery. Now, my personal account. It was so funny because when me and Ashley were talking about doing a Halloween episode or whatever, I was like, boom, Goshen Cemetery, automatic, just so automatic. But a lot of us used to go there all the time, and the witch's tree was there. And if you parked underneath it, I think it was right when you, there was like a little area where you can park right before you get to the cemetery, and there's this huge old like oak tree that kind of leans over the parking lot, and that's what we call the witch's tree. I'm assuming that's what they're talking about because that's what we called it.
I'm sure you're right.
Yeah, and supposedly sometimes people's cars wouldn't start when they were trying to get out of there. But okay, so my funny little story. So me and a few of my little friends, I was probably 17 I was probably 16 or 17. It was me, my cousin, and a few of his friends and a few of my friends. So we go out there and we're walking around, and us girls are just like, what was that?
Yeah.
Yeah. And we go over to like the witch's grave, and it's insane and I couldn't find any dang pictures of it. Maybe I'll sneak out there and take a picture. But there's a grave there that has a wrought iron fence around it. And you can tell it's the one that everybody like vandalizes and everything. But the legend was that they put wrought iron fences 6 feet deep, so the witches can't escape their grave.
My gosh.
No, isn't that crazy? Well, so anyways, we're out there looking at all this stuff. And we're kind of more towards the back of the cemetery. We were just talking about, I'm pretty sure if I'm recalling this correctly, we were talking about like how crazy it is that some of these kids, some of the people that were going out there were knocking over grave headstones. And we were like, man, you got to be ballsy to do that, because I ain't bringing home a ghost attached to me or whatever. We were all just kind of saying how crazy it was. About that time, we hear what sounds like somebody like moaning, a loud wailing moan. And I won't say his name for his protection, but he takes off running, and he's running so fast. He runs right into a headstone, knocks it over.
Oh my God.
And then we all just haul the mail back to the car.
Has he been cursed ever since?
I don't know. I haven't heard from him for a long time. Hope he's still alive.
No,
we don't know his name though, but you know who you are. It was crazy, but yeah, that Goshen was. I mean, when you could just, it was it's a freaky place.
Yeah.
Like even if I drove by it today, I'd be like, oh
yeah,
oh, some crazy stuff. But yeah, we would hear stories all the time.
So like just a little talking about cemeteries. When I was looking at what episode or like what I wanted to talk. What I wanted to talk about, my mom was like, oh, you should look into the cemeteries. We have several in Tyler that are known to be haunted. And I was like, Mom, every cemetery is haunted. And she's like, what? And I was like, you think that we have these cemeteries that are full of all these, deceased people and that somebody's not
hanging around?
Yeah. And she was
I can totally had never thought about it.
Yeah. She clearly had never thought about it. She's like, well, I never thought about it. I was just like, I don't really appreciate that you brought it up.
She's gonna be having nightmares.
She's like, how am I gonna go to the next funeral? I was like, well, first of all, you can skip the cemetery part if you want.
Wear a cross.
I was like, Mom, how many like times have you been to the cemetery and you walked away
You're fine, Shonda.
You didn't go at night. You didn't go with anyway. I was like, you're fine.
Calm down.
But it was just so funny just to think about.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So that's so hilarious.
She's like, what do you mean?
Excuse me? I've never heard of a haunted cemetery.
They're all haunted.
They all
have somebody walking
come
around.
on now. Did you not participate in these haunted cemetery things? But that's it. That's all Goshen Cemetery. So, okay. There she is.
All right. Well, mine is on Old Stagecoach Road.
Ding, 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 ding.
Which I traveled recently.
Yes.
With my husband.
Your little location you went to.
Mm-hmm. It has a major creep vibe to it.
Yeah, I can imagine.
So,
never been.
Well, it's worth a trip during the day.
Yeah.
And not by yourself.
Right.
So don't go with me.
Oh, I won't.
Take your husband.
I don't know if I want to go.
I love you, and I would swing for you.
I would swing at a ghost for you.
I would. But anyway, okay. So let me tell you a little bit about Stagecoach Road. It was started by a guy named William and his son John, who both had a cotton production.
Cotton mill.
Yeah,
so.
cotton mill.
Mm-hmm.
And in the 1850s, William and John were like, we need a way to get this cotton back and forth. Mm-hmm. And so they started Stagecoach Road, which was the only road between Shreveport and Marshall.
You're kidding.
So,
wow.
Yeah, back in, again, when we're covered wagons and whatnot. So this road that they created would bring in and out goods from Shreveport to Marshall, and it also allowed families to travel back and forth as well. Yeah. So So anyway. So, wow, we're going to have to edit a lot of this out. Anyway, it serviced small towns like Henderson, Rusk, Crockett, Longview, serviced those areas. And William and John ran it for about 10 years by themselves. And then William was like, I'm retiring.
Yeah.
And John's like, I got you, Dad.
Yeah.
And he carried on the stagecoach until the railroad came through.
I mean, the railroad screwed a lot of
It
stuff
killed
up,
all
apparently.
the small people, all the small town people. So the railroad
Yeah.
came through from San Diego, California, through to Marshall, which kind of, made the road obsolete at that point.
Yeah.
But it was still heavily used by the lawless, by the criminals,
The miscreants.
by the people that were doing satanic things and things they shouldn't have been doing.
Oh, no.
So this road is really cool. So let me kind of paint a little picture for you.
Oh,
So
sorry, everybody.
because it was so, calm
I
down.
know. I'm sorry. I keep gonna knock y'all off y'all's little stand we got, our little books.
Stack of
stand.
books.
Yeah.
So the road was so heavily traveled with stagecoaches and the iron wheels and the horses' hooves that the road like literally began to like sink, right? As they pounded the ground in.
I've seen pictures of it and it's wild.
It's wild. So if you think about like you're driving through like a canyon or something, you're like either side of you, it's like rock. But this is like all dirt and tree roots. And it goes
from so many.
Yes. And it goes up to like some of it goes up to like 12 feet high.
That's insane.
And it's only narrow enough for one car.
Yeah.
So like if you come across someone, there's no getting past them.
Yeah.
So, and people don't really live on this road. Some people live on this road, but it's basically big pastures and stuff on each side.
Yeah.
So every now and then you run into like a little gate to a field that you can like scoot up into.
But nobody uses that road to get to their house.
Not that, well, I did see one residence on there. So yeah, somebody is using it, but the road is dirt. It's not even paved. Like when you're trying to find it, you literally just run out of road.
Yeah.
And it's just this dirt road. And you're like, is this it? But it is. It is. But it was so creepy. And then some areas where like it dropped and you were kind of at ground level.
Yeah.
And you weren't in the tree wall and dirt wall or whatever.
Yeah.
Like it was marsh. Just like, like you could see it was just like alligator territory out there.
No, thank you.
Yes.
No, thank you.
So Stagecoach Road, like I said, had a lot of criminals.
And when was it made again? Sorry.
I don't even think I said mid 1800s. It started in 1850.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I think it was 1872 that the railroad came through.
Yeah.
And just shut it all down.
Yeah. Dang railroad.
So, but this area was also known as No Man's Land. So it was in some sort of like territory war between Spanish Texas and the American
Texas.
Yeah. And so anyway, so because it was unsettled and like people fought in it all the time. So they fought, you weren't supposed to live there, right? Because it's like no man's land, like stay out.
Yeah.
But again, lots of shenanigans and awful things went down on this road, which is why we have the haunted stories that we do. So
tell us.
No, okay. So the first one I'm going to talk about is we always have a lady in white.
Every time.
Always
a lady in white.
Always a lady in white.
She's usually pissed.
Well,
or sad.
Oh, this one's crazy.
Oh.
Well, I shouldn't say that. They said the story is she was mentally unwell. She had a mental illness.
Okay.
And it sounded like she was a single mom with 2 children.
Okay.
And she decided one night to take her kids out to Stagecoach Road, where she proceeded to drown them in the marsh.
No.
And then her plan was to commit suicide afterward and then join her children on the other side.
Sure. You ain't going to where they're going, tell you that much.
So after she killed her 2 children and it was her turn, she chickened out.
Yeah.
And so she went back to town. And then when word got around what she had done, a little group of vigilantes got together, hunted her down, apprehended her, and then took her back out to Stagecoach Road.
Oh, crap.
Where they executed her.
I mean, You get
So
what you get.
that's how she got started. So people say that when they see her, she's kind of like this ghostly figure in white,
Mm-hmm.
and that her face is contorted into a scream,
Oh,
a silent scream.
I have chills.
Yeah, I know.
My.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
And
water.
as quickly as they see her, she also disappears.
Oh.
So and there's been like countless reports of this from ghost hunters and then people like me that just traveled it. I went during the day.
Yeah.
And I'm glad I did because you could not get me there at night.
No.
Oh, no.
No.
Absolutely not.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
Anyway, so this one couple went through, a husband and wife decided to challenge the road. And let me give you the stretch of road that's the most haunted is 8 miles between Marshall and Karnak, Texas.
That's a long haunted 8
Jacob
miles.
and I did not do 8 miles. I don't know how much we did, but I was like, okay, we're turning this shit around. Like, let's time to get back.
Put it in reverse, Jacob.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah. So this woman and her husband decide to challenge the road at night.
Mm.
And they go and they record the whole thing. And they're noticing, again, reminder, it's a dirt road. So as they're going through, it's just like dirt is just like a cloud around their car, right?
Yeah.
So they get all the way through the 8 miles. And when they stop, they get out of their car and they're noticing their car is covered in a film of dust or dirt. But they see all these little tiny childlike handprints on the car.
I feel like we hear this story a lot.
And the theory is that the 2 children that were drowned pushed the couple's car out, through the road and to get them away from their sinister mother. Mm-hmm. That's Our Lady in White.
That is so sad and so terrifying.
Yes.
Mm-mm.
So
that's so creepy.
The other one, also real creepy.
I'm gonna take a sip of my witch's brew.
Hey, you know what? Let's both. Let's both.
Cheers. Mm.
Shoot. It's a little cough syrupy for me.
It's a little witch's brew for me.
Yeah. I think if we had cut it with like a Topo Chico or something
I
or
feel like,
soda,
yes.
it probably would have been better.
Some club soda would have done it good.
Yeah. Okay. This next one is people experiencing thuds on the roof of their car.
Oh, I don't like thuds.
So not like tree branches, not like acorns hitting your car,
but like a thud.
Like a thud. Okay.
Oh no.
So because Stagecoach Road had such a seedy past and there was so much criminal activity going back and forth, and let me just again, I was saying how high the sides were.
Yeah.
After a while, people could ambush you from the top. So people were robbing, stagecoachers that were traveling on it. So again, it was just it brought a lot of the criminals.
Yeah.
So because it's so remote, also there was nobody there to
There's no law
to take control.
Mm-hmm.
Anywho, so this loud thud is thought to be bodies that have been lynched off of Stagecoach Road falling on top of people's cars. It's a body thud. That's what's hitting the car.
I don't like it. I don't like it. Once again, the eyes are watering. It's a fear reaction for me.
So those are the 2 little hauntings. There was also something about a voodoo woman that had gotten away and a priest killed her for her,
Louisiana.
But right. But there wasn't anything that said she any sightings of her or anything like that. It was just another little tale that a voodoo woman was killed on the road too.
Oh my God.
By a priest.
Who
are you to judge?
We're not supposed to.
Exactly.
So back off.
Exactly. I forgot to tell you where I sourced all that.
Oh, yeah.
So for sourcing purposes, that came from the Historical Marker database and a website called Dallas Terrors.
Oh, Dallas Terrors.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, my last one is The Legend of Monkey Bridge Road in Fuller Park out of Athens, Texas. And if you know, you know. And once again, I've been to this one as well. Several times as a little child. Okay, and so for references, I have blackoftheday.com, kltv.com, athensreview.com, knue.com, and waymaker.com.
Okay.
I had to scroll through. I had to pick and there's not like a whole, which is weird because when you're growing up and you have these, I'm sure people from the same area I grew up in are the same. Like when I was like, oh, I'm going to have so much content because I picked these two places, but I didn't. It's the center of our world when we're growing up, but yeah. Okay, so here we go. According to, wait, hold on. Let me make sure I'm in the right. Yes. Okay. So according to legend, in the 1960s, the bridge that became known as Monkey Bridge was the location of a circus train derailment.
I'm sorry, real quick. Is it a circus train derailment?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Did you hear about
Yes.
the trucks?
So I had already, yes. So I had already done all my research and had my episode all scripted out.
Yes.
And I thought my phone, because you know how phones
Listen to you.
listening and snooping on you. And I thought my phone was showing me an article from like years ago or something. And I was like, wow, how weird is that now it's doing this? But then like I saw the date and stuff and I was like, this
Oh, no, it happened this week.
insane.
Yeah.
And the footage of the poor little monkeys, they didn't know what the heck.
So, yeah. I mean,
We're talking about a crash if you haven't heard.
Yeah, there was a crash.
Semi-truck that overturned.
And it was full of monkeys. Yeah, from I can't remember where the testing lab was, what school it was. Do you remember?
No.
I can't remember. Anyway,
Yeah.
but yeah, and so the monkeys like escaped and they were
infected with
COVID and hepatitis C or something like that,
Yeah.
like different
It's
things.
so sad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, so now it's fortunately a monkey hunt.
Yeah. Ew.
Okay. All right. Go.
Well, this is kind of what this was too. Yeah. So anyways, it was the location of a circus train derailment. After the accident, the performing monkeys riding in a boxcar escaped, killing their human captors before disappearing into the night. Another variation of the story, though, during an unspecified time, the circus was passing through Athens when a wagon tipped over and some monkeys escaped into the woods. This legend has it that some of the animals were caught by a man named Reverend Fuller, who put them inside a cage on a piece of land he owned called Fuller Park. So that brings us to Fuller Park. So that's the story of Monkey Bridge Road, or the history of Monkey Bridge Road. And so Fuller Park is looped into that. After many years of passing down the various stories of how Monkey Bridge came to be, wild tales about monkey ghosts and tunnels under the town for satanic worship became part of legend. Rumor has it that 5 tunnels throughout the town of Athens connect, making the shape of a pentagram. And I vividly remember these stories of tunnels underneath Athens.
So when I was researching, one of the things that came across my way were the catacombs of Athens, which is exactly what you're talking about. That these the legends of the tunnels that run under Athens.
Yes. So I doubt they're in the shape of a pentagram.
I'm sure they're
but
not.
I've heard plenty of stories of tunnels being underneath there. And so I put in there, I vividly remember these tunnels being talked about. And there was a witch house in Athens. And if anybody knows, they know there was this house that we would call the witch's house. And when you would drive by it at night, she always had, or whoever lived there, always had a single little candle in each window. And it was like an old Victorian style house.
Mm-hmm.
And there was real burning little candles in each single window. So it was a really spooky house, but that was like supposedly that house was like an entrance to one of the
tunnels.
Yeah, is what the rumor was.
Okay.
Yeah. So anyway, so while I couldn't find any news stories about a circus train derailment in the area, there is most certainly a Fuller Park, which is the final resting place of property owners Reverend Medford Lee Fuller and his wife Virginia Fuller. Fuller built the park in 1938 after his wife died, and he's still there buried beside his wife. So the grave sites are still there in Fuller Park, and you can walk in them and see that you can see their graves, they're so creepy. The graves are enclosed by 2 large chains that stretch from 4 posts made of iron or stone. And I'll put some pictures on our Instagram. We'll try and get some pictures for y'all for our Instagram and Facebook. The graves have unfortunately been badly, unfortunately, blah, 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 blah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that. The graves have unfortunately been badly vandalized by local troublemakers over the years, of course. There's usually always melted candle wax nearby where people will perform things. So just use your imagination on that one. Like satanic rituals, I guess, or something. But Fuller Park is wild. So there is still a large, and I'll post pictures for our people. There's a large cage there still. And it looks to be like a monkey cage. It could have been a gigantic, I mean, it's the size of like this lake house. It's huge. But it still has the fence, I'm assuming like an iron kind of chain fence around. It's insane.
So you've seen it?
Yes, I have seen it.
It's still there
in real life, and it is still there. And the grave sites of Reverend Fuller and his wife are still there. And they're really creepy to look at. The bridge, Monkey Bridge Road, is still there. You can't drive on it, and it's collapsed since then. But when I was younger, the wooden Monkey Bridge you were still able to drive.
Oh, you're still in use.
And I can vividly remember being terrified. I forgot who was driving, but I was young, and I remember it was probably one of my cousins. They were driving across this bridge, and I can remember hearing, and I was closing my ears and closing my eyes because I was like, no. But yeah, so the monkey cage is still there. The grave sites are still there. So anyways, there is still a large cage there, still standing in Fuller Park, where it's believed that the Reverend kept the monkeys. So there are a lot of other rumors of more nefarious things that Reverend allegedly did there. So there's rumors that he took these monkeys and did like satanic. I know.
Whoa.
I know.
Like sacrifices
Yes.
or something? No. What? Why a monkey?
Yes. And like experiencing.
I mean, why any animal? But I mean, they're so human-like. That's why he did it. Because they're human-like.
I don't see how people do that to poor monkeys. They have such human eyeballs.
They just have human mannerisms all the way around.
Yeah. But anyways, yeah, that apparently there's like rumors that the Reverend kept the monkeys to like do bad things, but those are rumors and don't have any proof of that. I said it. I call this fake news. But a lot of sketchy people from all over come to see the park and stuff. And so where the huge like monkey pavilion cage thing is, there used to be, I don't know if it's still there, but there were 4 trees that kind of encircled it. You have to literally walk through woods to get to it's terrifying at nighttime. You have to like get out of your car and walk through these thick woods. And then all of a sudden you just come upon this and I'm one of those people that I have a fear of giant things, like whether it be under the water, like giant things under the water, or like giant things in a forest, like a random, do you know what I'm talking about?
I'm picking up what you're laying down.
There's a name for it, but I have that, and that is burned into my brain walking through these woods at night with probably my cousins. I forgot who it was. And just coming upon this gigantic like pavilion cage thing.
Well, it's just so ominous and scary, right?
Like, and it's quiet.
What in the world?
Those woods are quiet.
Nope.
Or at least they were the few times I went.
Haunted.
But anyway, so there's trees circling it, obviously. And 4 of the trees had pentagrams spray painted on them.
Oh.
And then when you walked into the thing.
You walked into the cage?
Yes.
Okay. Now that sounds like a human trap.
That's why I am the way I am today.
That sounds like a poor decision.
Yeah, it was. Most certainly was.
Okay.
Yeah. So you walk in there, and because it's kind of open, and there's like part of the fence that's broke down or like collapsed. But anyway, so walk in there, And there's literally somebody had made, and I don't know if it's still there, but when we went there was a wooden altar. There was a wooden altar there. And then on the ceiling of it, because it's covered on it's an old wooden ceiling, and on the ceiling there's a pentagram spray painted up there too.
So people are out there
doing bad
yeah,
stuff.
doing some
Which
shit.
was always the rumor. There was a lot of occult stuff in Athens. That was a big, big thing when I was younger. I do remember a lot of that. And y'all comment or whatever, but people that are from that area know. But yeah, and so people would go out there though, and I remember hearing stories, and I found it in some of the articles I was reading. People would go out there and there'd be dead animals on that altar.
Oh.
Yes. And even a cow one time was found out there. Yeah.
You know, a cow would be some work.
Yeah.
That's a big animal.
Back there.
That's a big animal.
Terrifying.
Yeah.
And
people are nuts.
I know. And I have a lot of memories because we would just, we'd be bored. And so it'd be like, let's go to Athens and drive down Monkey Bridge Road. And man, again, that's why I am the way I am today, I guess. But yeah, it was sketchy. One of my friends, one time she was going, I wasn't with her, but she was going down Monkey Bridge Road at night with some of our other friends and came upon this man walking down the road towards them, and he was fully covered in black. Like he had like black pants, black sweater, black hood, black everything, and he was walking towards them very slowly, and they were like, reverse, and they got out of there. But
so was he real, or was he like an apparition?
I don't know. I think he was real. I think that, like I said, there was a lot of occult
bad things going on
in Athens for some reason. Maybe because they heard the rumors of the tunnels and stuff. But I never saw the tunnels. But that was a pretty crazy rumor.
Wow. Thanks for that, Megan. To know there's like a gigantic human-sized cage just sitting in the middle of the woods somewhere.
Oh, it's out there. It is out there.
Scary. Okay, real quick. When you went, it was at night, you said?
Yes.
Oh, brave. And
not brave.
We didn't have the bright flashlights we do today.
No, it was literally our dim, like 1990s
double D battery.
We weren't smart enough to bring flashlights. There's no telling.
Gosh.
Oh man, terrifying. The
not even a cell phone light
was no, we didn't have cell phones.
I know.
Phones back then.
I know. That's what I'm saying. No cell phone light.
No cell phone light. The light of the moon.
Oh no. I cannot. I'm too much of a chicken.
Dumb.
I could never.
So dumb. I was just trying to be big and bad for my cousins and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you survived.
I did. No thanks to them. And they listen to this, so
the girls do?
No, my boy cousin.
Your
cousins.
I'm like, what? Wait, I don't know why I thought you were talking about your children.
No, not my children.
Sorry, I don't know why.
No, but they do ask all the time. Let's listen to your podcast.
Well, not today.
You're older,
maybe. Okay, so my next one.
I don't know your next one. I'm excited.
It's I decided to do the Jefferson Hotel in Jefferson, Texas. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I don't know much about this.
Okay, well, you know what?
Here we go.
One more cough syrup sip.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't grow on you.
It does not.
It does not.
Okay.
Yuck. Okay.
All right. So the Jefferson Palace Hotel has a long history. Okay. I'm not going to give you all of it, but I am going to give you a little snapshot because it was a lot.
I bet.
This thing went through a lot.
Yeah.
Okay. It was originally constructed in 1851, and it was for a cotton warehouse. Then in 1862, it held several shops, like a coffee shop, an Italian restaurant, and multiple other businesses. Also,
fancy.
Also a bar.
I feel like for 1850 something.
This was 1862.
An Italian restaurant.
I know.
La-ti-da.
Yes. Then, unfortunately, in 1869, it burned to the ground.
Oh. Goodbye.
But they rebuilt.
Okay.
They rebuilt. And from 1874 to 1882, it was converted into a hotel called the Pruitt House.
Oh, okay.
And then in 1882, it went under new ownership and became the Grigsby House.
Oh,
Okay, still running as a hotel.
Okay.
So then all of a sudden, Jefferson saw an economic decline and the building kind of went into disrepair.
Okay.
And weirdly enough, the upper floor, let me see, in the early 1900s, the upper floor became a roller skating rink. Yes.
Okay.
And the bottom floor, wait for it,
Oh, no.
stables.
I did not think stables.
So okay, so we went from
That wasn't on my bingo card.
Oh, right. So we went from housing people and an Italian restaurant and a bar and a
Fancy, fancy.
yeah, to now we got
Stables.
horses in
A
it
skating rink.
and a skating rink on top.
That's
I know.
an odd combo.
I know. It was weird. It was weird, but it was that for quite some time.
Wow.
And then in 1911, it was converted back into a hotel, and it's the Jefferson Hotel that we see today.
Wow.
At some point, and it was a little hard trying to put it together because the information I got all of this on actually came from the Jefferson Hotel's website itself.
Oh, nice.
So they have a whole history thing on it, and they have all the things about all their hauntings. So it's a good quick read if anybody's interested.
If you're bored one day.
If you're bored. So it's their website is historicjefferson.com.
Nice.
So yes. So, okay. So the haunting. So what's kind of cool about this is when they started the hotel and they started having people were having different experiences. The owners at the time came up with this Book of the Dead. So when you had an experience, you could literally write it down in the book.
No.
Yes. So they have from over 100 years
That's insane.
of people's
It's a lot of data.
experiences. Yes. Well, so the owner that started it retained the original book. So they still have it in their possession.
Wow.
But the newer owners carried on the tradition and they started their own Book of the Dead. So if you have an experience while you're there,
Write it in the Book of the
you can write it and you can even check the book out and you can read all the way back through it.
Wow.
And yeah, so
that's crazy.
it's kind of cool though, because for the hauntings, keeping up with all of the all the stuff. So every room, not every room, I should say, but a lot of the rooms have experiences that reoccur all the time.
Okay.
So they list them in the most common rooms and the things that happen. So I'm just going to give you a few of them. If you want to read all of them, again, go to the website because I don't want to. We'll be here till midnight.
Have a lot of time.
So okay, so room, let me just pick one.
Okay.
Okay. So in room 10, people often hear breathing in their ears at night.
No.
They experience objects moving. And it was said that when the building originally burned, that a little girl was caught in this room and burned to death.
Oh, no.
Yes, and that she haunts the room, and her name is Jenny Brown.
Oh,
and Jenny roams the room now.
She can stay in there.
Mm-hmm.
They're a haunted child.
The scariest thing.
Terrifying.
We have a couple in this hotel.
I thought you were about to say in this house. This house is haunted. This lake house is sketchy.
I'll say.
Sally, how you doing back there?
Yeah. Okay, so room 13. This original room is where a bride hung herself.
Oh my. Yeah.
After her groom didn't show up at the altar. Mm-hmm. And
there is a better out, ma'am.
I know, but it's rumored that she was also pregnant. So probably back in the day, she probably wouldn't have been.
Oh, yeah. That was frowned upon.
Yes. So she hung herself from the bed. So it was one of those big 4-poster beds with the thing all the way around.
Dear Lord.
So, and I'll get into it later, but it was, I'll get into it.
Okay.
I've got the story.
Okay.
I've got the scoop.
Got the scoop. fresh off the press.
Yes. So people have experienced the table and the lamp being thrown across the room.
No.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Pictures have been caught falling off walls, and apparitions have been caught outside the door.
Mm-mm.
So
no, thank you.
Now let's see. Now we have, let's see, pick another one. We have in room 14, we have covers
So right next to her.
We have covers lifting up without anyone there. We have several dolls caught moving on camera.
Why are there dolls in the room to begin with?
I'll get into that. And children can be heard playing, footsteps heard walking around. So that's just a few rooms. They give you like 10 or 12 rooms. That
How many? Well, do you know
I
how
think
many
it's
rooms
well.
altogether?
No,
Okay, sorry.
it goes. My haunted room goes all the way up to room 19. So I'm going to say there's a minimum of 19 rooms.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So the current owners now have really played upon the fact that it's haunted. And so when you go to Jefferson, they have like all these really creepy Halloween decor
Oh God.
all over the building.
I cannot.
All over the building. And then inside, they've done the same thing. So there wouldn't have been dolls originally all over the room. But like,
I would hope not.
Yeah, right. But to play up the haunted factor, they've added all these dolls to one of the rooms. So if you go onto their website, they give you all the different rooms, and it's kind of cool to see. And they've kept all the original furniture that they
That's why it's
could.
haunted.
Yeah. So the bed that the girl hung herself on, still there.
No.
Yeah.
That's terrifying.
Okay. So remember I told you that it was cotton storage. Okay. So this is about the Mill children. So they would have been around.
What?
The Mill children. They would have been around when it was held cotton.
Oh my God.
So some of the most commonly cited spectators are a pair of children about 7 years old, a boy in knee-length breeches, and a girl in a pinafore, which I assume is a dress. I meant to look it up, but I forgot. They are believed to be casualties of the building days as the cotton warehouse. But in spite of their laborious lives and ultimate and untimely deaths, they're now some of the hotel's most spirited inhabitants. So they can often be heard laughing and chasing each other through the halls.
Not laughing.
And it says to make sure to hold on to your keys and valuables in the vicinity, because the kids love to play pranks on guests and they love to move things around. So hold on to your little keys and jewelry, maybe anything, fun and little to pick up. And they also
What?
Okay. Oh, the candle.
Sally was a bad idea. It's okay.
The wax probably needs to drop.
Yes.
Oh, a lot of wax.
Sally,
you're gonna sit with me. What happened?
She said, "No, I'm not gonna sit with you. You might not need to. There's plenty of wax."
This is where Sally laid. Oh yeah, there's tons of wax on it.
Let's just lay her. Let's
Sally has been.
Yes, she is now laid to rest. R.I.P. Sally.
All right. And I'm also covered.
Yeah, that's okay.
All right.
I'm leaving it in.
Okay. Okay.
So they
love turning on and off lights.
No.
Oh, you're saying no.
I'm just
I'm
saying
like,
no.
oh, well, no, it says it. Like I didn't experience it, but okay. And then they say a little boy with red hair has been seen by many guests around the hotel.
Them redheads.
And this is believed to be one of the Mill children. So we have little kids.
Why are there kids? Did they work in the mill?
Yeah, I assume that they worked in the mill and then some sort of accident happened, would be my guess.
So sad and terrifying.
Then we have the vanishing man. So described as a tall male figure in a long coat and high boots who comes and goes as he pleases. Though he makes no threatening moves, some guests have found him persistent, sitting or standing in their rooms throughout the night. Whoever he is, apparently the hotel's most solid and hard to miss he is apparently the hotel's most solid and hard to miss apparition. Some guests have even reported him following him down the stairs and through the hallway, thinking that he was another living guest, and then he just disappears into one of the rooms. Ooh. Yeah.
Excuse me, sir. Nope.
Yep.
Goodbye.
Yep. And then, okay. This is the one I wanted to talk about.
I'm terrified.
Don't be. It's okay.
Don't be.
So they call this Libby in White, and Libby is short for Elizabeth.
Of course.
Okay. So this beautiful young woman appears most often to male guests traveling alone, and she can be recognized by her bridal gown,
Thought you were about to say something else.
golden hair, and feet that never touch the ground.
Libby,
I know.
let's stay on the ground.
Though she has been seen all over the hotel, Libby mainly seems to haunt a specific bed rather than a location, following it around through multiple remodels. So remember we talked about the girl earlier that hung herself on her 4-poster bed.
Ah.
Mhm. The bed is now located in room 19, and the spirit's exact identity is unknown, but most believe it could be one of two people. Libby, this is what they're calling her, or a lady named Lydia Grisby. And if you remember, at one point it was called the Grisby House.
Oh.
Right? So the Grisby and women both stayed in the hotel almost 50 years apart, and both were most likely, both women were jilted on their wedding day. So both of them had jerks that didn't show up at the altar.
Oh my gosh.
And both were most likely pregnant at the time. And it's reported from an old newspaper from around 1912 that Lydia Grigsby hanged herself from the unusually tall headboard of the bed located in room 19. And it says that Libby and the bed have inhabited room 12, 14, and now 19 at different times. So 2 separate little ghosts. But the crazy thing, too, that I read about Lydia Grigsby and her hanging is the room she hung herself in was the room her mother stayed in. So she hung herself in her mom's room.
Mom's room?
Yeah, I know.
Never do that to you, Patty.
Anyway, so that's my quick little history on
Wowzer.
the Jefferson Hotel.
And you can go there today, right? And take
Yeah,
a tour and all that.
I don't know if you can take it. I didn't look to see if you can take a tour. You probably can, but you can definitely stay if you're brave enough. But like I said, there's lots of footsteps and noises and things moving, and
that's insane.
And everything's really old and as original as possible. So that makes things to me have like an even deeper creepy vibe. Yeah.
Oh my. Well, there you go. There you have it. Honorable mention is Miss Molly's Hotel in Dallas.
Ooh, yeah. Which Megan and I have both stayed at.
We have stayed at multiple times.
Yeah.
I've stayed there multiple times. Have
Same.
you been there?
Yeah.
Yes. That was where I held my bachelorette party.
Uh-huh.
And then my other friend had her bachelorette party.
And then I went with you when the boys went dove hunting.
Oh,
We did
yeah.
a girls
And then we
trip.
had a girls trip.
Mhm.
Miss Molly's, though, ladies, fun time.
It is a good time.
It's really haunted. It's in downtown Fort Worth.
Yeah, right in the stockyard.
Right in the stockyards. And it used to be a brothel
Mm-hmm.
and a bar. And one of our friends' eyeliners got taken by a ghost.
It's been on several shows, I think, or they've had several ghost hunters go through, and
We didn't really experience much, but it's really cute and fun. And they have like a little innkeeper, and she makes you coffee and stuff in the morning.
yeah, little innkeeper.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was fun. It too is full of really old furniture.
Yeah. Oh,
And I think the mattresses may be the same as they used to when it was a brothel.
Yes, I
Those
do
things
too.
have no support.
Yes.
It's like springs
You
only.
just lay in the bed like staring at the ceiling. Terrible.
Iron beds that creak.
Yeah.
And you move
It's
around.
great to wake up hungover in. Wonderful.
It was a good.
time.
We had a great time.
Yeah. And then there's a bar behind or underneath it, isn't it? There's like a bar.
Oh, just right outside the door. Yeah.
And then you go down the stairs and
That's a basement bar.
it's a basement bar. And so then in the morning, you went out drinking in the stockyards, you wake up hungover in Miss Molly's, and you hear the sounds of them throwing away all their beer bottles out the window.
That's true. I forgot about that.
Great time.
The stockyards is always a good time, though.
5 out of 5.
Yeah.
Recommend.
I would definitely recommend. Even if you don't go to bar hop and like stay at Miss Molly's, it's a good time. Those
Yes.
stockyards.
Yes.
Lots of things to do.
Yes.
See.
Well, we're already 54 minutes in.
Well, Sally took up a bunch of our time.
Sally did take up a
I know.
disappointed, and I'm not taking any of it out. Y'all are gonna have to suffer with us, but Sally, dang it.
And again, if you missed it in the beginning, Sally is a big skeleton that Megan brought as a prop to put behind us.
Oh yeah, if you're just listening. If you're just
That's-
listening,
that's-
you missed out on a
the
show.
people are like, who the hell is Sally and why is she in so much trouble?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
she's RIP now.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. Well, come back next Friday for, oh my gosh.
it's you.
Holy cow.
Yeah, it's
Whoop.
you.
Better finish that. Just kidding.
Kinda.
Okay. Yeah, kind of. Okay. Well, follow us on all the things.
Yeah. Like, subscribe,
TikTok,
share.
Like, subscribe, share.
Spotify, YouTube,
Spotify,
Facebook,
YouTube,
Instagram,
Apple,
Apple,
TikTok.
TikTok.
If you have a story or if you know of anybody that was in a crime or
Has a spooky tale.
has a spooky tale, we'll take it.
Mhm.
Email us at inlawsandcrime@gmail.com and keep your roots deep
And your head on a swivel.
Bye.